Hello and welcome to The Outer Worlds, which is Obsidian's science fiction shooter RPG. I'm hesitant to call it Obsidian's version of Borderlands because I think it's probably less of a shooter-looter and more of an RPG. So like maybe Borderlands mashed together with Fallout. Is kind of the vibe I got from it. But we'll see. This is a game that I've picked to actually play because I'm probably intending to play a lot of it in the coming months. I don't intend to stream much of it, but I thought I would at least, as I did with Fallout, show the intro to the game. So this is completely blind. All I've done up until now is start the game and turn the music off, just to make sure that it ran. So we'll click on New Game. So what have we got? Story. Story working on enemies of less health and do less damage. Recommended first play. We'll do normal. Conversation subtitles on. Bark subtitles. If to say an option of words spoken outside of conversations. We'll leave them on for now. We'll leave on cinematic ones as well. We'll leave that at that for now. We will see how that all goes. Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier that's owned and operated by distinguished corporations. Oh yeah, that makes it sound like a good idea.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity, with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
So, Phineas Vernon Wells, fugitive. With a silly goatee.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Well, I tend to agree with him. Okay, so modify attributes to choose what you like to specialise, but where below other attributes come with a penalty. So, let's see what everything does. Strength affects melee weapon damage, the amount you can carry. Dexterity affects melee weapon speed and ranged weapon reload speed. Intelligence affects critical hit bonus damage and a bunch of skills. Perception affects headshot and weak shot damage bonuses and a bunch of skills. Charm affects reputation and companion ability cooldowns and a bunch of skills. And temperament improves your natural health and a bunch of skills. So I'm going to go with above average, good, 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 good. Melee weapon attack speed and range reload. Good. I think I'm going to leave strength maybe where it is. Lie, sneak, medical, engineering, determination, persuade, lie, intimidate, charm. We're going to be charming. And of average strength. Good everywhere else. Okay, we've got skills available. We have 2 points of skills available. Points placed in a core skill will increase specialised skills up to rank 50. After 50, you can add points directly to specialised skills. Okay. I'm going to put a point in dialogue because we're all about the charm.
If we're ever captured, I'll let you do the talking.
And ranged, I think.
A gunslinger. Oh, they're going to tell stories about you from here to Hephaestus.
Okay, so then it gives us a bit about basic skills. So at 20, we've got you've got unlock TTD location. I don't know what TTD stands for. And then you can see in here you've got cower. Humans have a 20% chance of care and fear for 3 seconds after the first time you hit them. 50% chance auto mechanicals will slowly attack other enemies instead of you for 10 seconds. 20% chances on terrify and flee when you kill someone. Alright, cool. We're going to go with that. I'll probably want to improve some of these others later. But for now, one good, making sure one good combat skill and one good non-combat skill seems reasonable. Okay. Select the career aptitude your character possesses. Each aptitude corresponds to a small bonus. No discernible aptitude gives you determination +1. Drink duration effect, block, persuade, shock damage. They are pretty small. Elevator operations, factory worker, farmer, food additive. What was no discernible aptitude? Just determination. Okay. Sub-sous chef. I'm going to be a tossball team mascot. Maybe. I mean, they're all rubbish. I mean, which is the point, obviously. But a point of inspiration, why not?
How degrading.
Okay, so it's defaulted to female, which is all fine. I don't actually mind that. Basic look, is it a hair colour? Is there a fierier red anywhere? No, I think it's back here somewhere. That's kind of the fieriest red. We'll go with that. Features. We can do some makeup sets. Dirt. Very slightly dirty, maybe. No dirt. Scar. Well, we did have a head injury after all, according to our background. Maybe that one. Age. Short. There we go. And they got all sorts of... That'll do me. What about eyes? Eyes, eyes, eyes. Where are eyes? Eye size. Where's eye colour? Features, maybe. No, that's age. Face. Eye colour. Oh, there you go. Thinking green. Yeah, that'll do us. I suppose we could check some other styles. I actually quite like that. That'll do us nicely. There we go. What's your name? Sure, that'll do. Right, well, we're all done.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
So he broke in to, like, get one person off this ship of hundreds of thousands. Interesting.
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Orbiting laboratory, Halcyon system.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down 20%. Skip drive.
Shit.
Well, that didn't go well for him.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists.
Unless there's a reason he only got one of you.
I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck.
That's obviously going to be a thing with him. The press a button and it doesn't work. They press lots of buttons very fast and it does.
Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
To skip, hold enter. Well, that's useful to know. Yeah, that went well.
Should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
So space to jump, WASD to move, and we're going to crouch here, left control, and it's toggle, so you just press it once, you don't have to hold it, which is handy. Pretty nice looking, seems pretty smooth so far. Very linear, obviously, not a lot of variety of what you can do. Crouch to sneak. And avoid detection. Well, we haven't yet got any combat info yet, so sure. They're timid cannons. Is he an enemy? I don't know what he is. No, he's dead. Okay, well, we'll take his stuff. Adreno, I think it was called. Couple enemies there to avoid.
Now, you've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
May have been a loading screen. So, F, I assume? But my health's coming back, so I'm not going to bother using the emergency. But it's F, according to that thing up in the corner, to activate the adrenal. What's it?
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, wow, that stings.
Okay, I'll patch you up.
Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's choice doesn't like us accepting outside help.
What happened to you?
We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right?
Well, if you're incompetent, pretty high.
Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters.
What's this about marauders?
Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hullhead grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
Persuade.
Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
Where am I?
Hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by our provisioners for a can of our famous salt tuna.
The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
I'm off. Okay, cool. So we've got a gun now. We can pick up some stuff. Sell tuna fillets. Doesn't appear to be anything else. Is right click aim? It is. How do I get out then? Do I have to shoot that? I'm guessing so.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
Yeah, I think that's a save. Okay, tactical time dilation. Due to complications from arrived after extended hibernation, your brain... So this is VATS. So this is very Fallouty. Pressing the tactical time dilation, TTD button, slows down the world. Give you time to think as well as take action. So you're limited time in this mode. Standing still drains your TTD matter very slowly, while moving attack drain it faster. It refreshes slowly over time. Use Q to activate. Okay? So yeah, it's very like VATS, basically. There's some bad guys down there. Cool. Aha, Marauder Goon. So if I press... Actually, can I just shoot that thing? I like how he went from attack to... So I got a cowering result on him, obviously. Oh. And you can break things down. Hacking and picking locks. Hacking and locking skills meaning a person you're not supposed to be. Mag picks used to break home locks and bypass shunts are used to break computer encryptions. If your skill is high enough, you'll see how many mag picks or shunts you need and how long it will take. Raising your skill will lower the number of the items used and speed up the process. Okay. I'm going to pick up some food. Plenty of mag picks, that's for sure. Ash ration pill, pre-sliced bread, fish sticks. So I can, and it will lead. And I got Sid I for inventory, so let's bring up the inventory. Well, that's a bit slow, isn't it? Is that in fact working? Oh, there we go. Oh. Weapon management. You have up to 4 weapons equipped at a time by dropping the slots at the top of the screen. On this page, you can also inspect your weapons, compare them, focus junk, or break them down for parts. Suppose anyone's going to repair weapons on this screen. Take care of your team of weapons that take care of your enemies. Okay? So, I can move you to there. So I've got 2 guns equipped. And the weapons have condition, so they will decline. We've got plenty of ammo. So there's just 3 types of ammo. Energy, heavy, and light. This is a light pistol, so we'll use light. And then obviously weapons don't. Armor management. Drag armor or items up to the equipment slots to wear them. You can also break it down. So I've got a Spacer's Choice suit. Consumables. Here you can use junk or drop your consumables. They can also be used directly and a variety of bonuses. Your emergency medical halo shown at the top of the screen uses adrenals as fuel to heal in an emergency, and is always kept loaded into slot 1. Increase your medical skill to unlock more drug mixing slots that hold up your consumables. So I've got Adreno, Gourmet Saltuna, and you need more medical skill. These are all your foods, engineering, general. So I've got mag picks. quests, junk, so quest items. And we've got a journal. Cool, okay. So, sure, we're going to pick it. We have a telescoping staff. Which I'm going to break down because I don't think I need it. Aha, so that guy exploded and that was his arm over there that I found earlier. Fair enough. Not sure why he exploded so vigorously. Hold E to take all. Apparently I got one guy dead without even noticing. Ooh, bit of a slowdown there. Must have been loading a new area. Ooh. Definitely a slowdown. So escape. Oh, let's save a game. Get some save games running, because wow, yeah. Got some privates.
What in the blazes? Where'd you come from? Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Call on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. You pulling my limb? I mean, yeah, of course. Marauders. Bunch of addle-brained derelicts. I could round them up all by myself. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs, son.
Yeah, let's bring her.
Well, sometimes. Management's real good at
Seems like it's always a good idea
cost-benefit
to use a
analysis.
skill.
But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go.
Oh. I didn't have to do a lot of work there.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Marauder, please Please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health. Unauthorized access of space. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so
It's very
will result
GLaDOS,
in your immediate destruction.
the voice.
I detect an elevated heart rate, indicating dishonesty. Please prepare yourself for lethal deterrence. Gesture procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to reject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
Yes.
Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable
Have to go to a worker
parameters of
settlement to get it.
certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new captain's identity cartridge. Please try not to use it this
I like
time.
how the computer is
This
like,
cartridge
you have to be my captain.
identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand?
The unreliable.
Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
I am level 2. Okay, anti-Cleo management training, skill improvements. Every time you level up, you earn skill points to spend on improving skills. Spending a skill point on a core skill improves all of the specialized skill in that group up to a maximum of 50. After 50, you can add points directly to specialized skills up to 100. Every skill improves as it grows, with special unlock bonuses occur every 20 points. Read each skill description to see what they are. Armor, consumables, and status effects can temporarily raise or lower your skills. This helps or hit skill checks and skills cats with bonuses, but won't give or take away skill unlocks. Okay. Work diligently and you too can be middle management. You've been promoted. You get enough experience to go up a level. Open your character ledger to advance your character. Leveling up increases your health points, gives you points to upgrade your skills, as well as gives you access to a new perk every other level. Keep leveling and you'll be upper management material in no time. So, I've got 10 points to spend on skills. I'm going to go to there to get good at these things. And I'm going to go with 4 in there to get my attack up to my science up to 20, which gives me improve my weapons and armor in the workbench. And I'm going to put a point in ranged. Time dilation, location hits. You've unlocked location hit effects for tactical time dilation. Hitting enemies in different locations during TDD maims or cripples those body parts. Try different locations to see different effects. Hits to the chest produce different effects when using different weapons. Combat dialogue abilities. You unlocked a combat dialogue skill. When attacking the current type of target, they are automatically debilitated. Cool. Selecting perks. Welcome to perk selection. On skill, you choose which perks to buy. You get a new perk every 2 levels. You can also acquire perk skills through gameplay, such as accepting a flaw. Acquiring 5 new perks makes the next 2 perks available to you. I only want you to be your best to help you be your very best. So that's very like... So far, it's very like the modern Fallouts, particularly Fallout New Vegas and 4, I think, both of which went to a perk every 2nd level rather than a perk every level like in Fallout 3. So we got Toughness, which is 50% more base health, which is pretty good. Slow the World, which increases your time dilation, or VATS. It's totally not VATS. Lone Wolf, plus 25 damage when alone in party. Walk speed improvement, sprint speed improvement, weapon armor, companion critical, science, weapon magazine size. You deal increased damage based on the number of floors you have. You get a based armor, which adds to any armor rating. Vendors and vending machines have additional stuff. You can carry a lot more. Your tactical time dilation recharges much faster. You're very efficient at transporting goods, so you can fast travel while encumbered. You get 50% XP from companion kills. You get better prices. I'm just going to take the base health for now. Cool. So we have leveled up. Just going to keep exploring the building for a bit. The ship for a bit, just to see if there's anything else of note in here. So shift to run.
Due to catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown. These are the crew's quarters. Alex preferred to travel alone, but he always had me.
So does holding R put your weapon away? It does. Just having a quick look around.
These surveillance devices allow me to monitor you constantly. Please ignore them.
Well, we found something. That's, occasionally it does lag. Just have to hope it doesn't happen in combat, I guess. Dee. Run down the stairs. Run down the stairs.
If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain.
Ooh, got a new weapon. Broken at minimum. You should find a way. So E. Oh. Welcome to Workbench. Workbench lets you repair, upgrade, and modify your weapons. On each screen, first select the weapon or armor you want to work on, then choose what you want to do with it. Okay. So I've got a broken gun. I'm thinking. Yeah, it's a condition 5%. You can repair or modify. So yep. So this is modify. So if I go into here, it would use almost all of them, apparently, to fix it. And it uses... So this does 22 damage, 9 light, and has special effect bleed. And this does 8 times 12, special effect knockback. Don't have enough parts for that one. That's fine then. So you use quite a lot of parts. But what we can now do... Because we play Doom, or I play Doom, weapon 1 is your fist, weapon 2 is your pistol, weapon 3 is your shotgun. It's just the default. I think we should probably break down at least one of these. Gets me 3 back. This is piecemeal mining helmet, which can go with our armor. Gives us a bit more armour. Cool. So do these other things do anything? So base health plus 25, last 2 minutes. Set it. Natural 2. So that improves your regeneration for a while. 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 These improve your base health for a while. So I don't think I'm going to worry about those ones that improve your base, that give you 25% more health, but I will use the ones that improve your ability to. Oh, got to hold E to leave.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, man, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay. Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
I'm amused by... Oh, it's probably a good time, actually, to save the game again. Thanks for doing all the work in the fight, by the way, guys. This guy doesn't appear hostile, which is good. Oh, now he is. Okay, that was not what I expected. Oh, I didn't realise they were hostile. But that's okay, my health comes back. Not carrying anything useful, it would seem. 3. Shotgun's definitely very much a close range kind of thing. I wonder if there's anything up here. I feel like, you know, when the game gives you opportunities to go kind of just wandering, it might not be an entirely bad idea to see what wandering opportunities it gives you. Still, it's rude to walk up to people with a gun out.
Whoa,
So,
hey, where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
I'm looking to make a little money.
For being discreet like. There's money to be made, long as you keep your nose clean.
I'll do that.
Edgewater is a company town, board owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see? Four workers still haven't paid up.
Okay.
Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Why is he a special
He
case?
just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
Where will I find
Conrad's
him?
got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy, I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
Something else I wanted to
Yeah?
ask you? Okay, I was going to
Former
ask.
people, yeah. Marauder's been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards.
I was going to ask about the regulator.
Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna duck my pay. You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds.
So fine. Okay, so it's interesting. Some of the things kind of dropped off the conversation there. I would have asked them if they had been available again later, but they weren't. Not used to that in a game. Generally, the conversational options last forever. When buying something from a vendor, your best dialogue skill is automatically used. Okay, cool. That's good. You don't have to, you don't have to have a separate barter skill. Do 600 XP for finding a location seems quite a lot. I'm not going to complain. Mind you, I mean, I got 30 just for using a skill, so. Tab for that, okay. There is a map. M for map. Corporate guard.
Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
I tend to agree.
Another day at the cannery.
Residents.
Don't go knocking your work. At least we've got one.
Spacer's Choice Cantina. Okay, so if we find these things, we get XP. So walk up to this, for instance. General store, get 50 XP for it.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet.
They all mean the same thing. I need to fix the ship. You know where I can find parts?
You ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. He's up in his tower above the cannery.
Okay. Well, let me see what you're trading.
Music to my ears.
Okay, so this is all you buy. So you can get an impact hammer, a light assault rifle, which uses heavy ammo. How much money have I actually got? Oh, there you go. So I've got 64 bits. That's 137. But I could go into sell. He'll give me 6 bits for a saber. That's slightly better than what I'm currently wearing. I don't need the extra saber, I guess, so yep. Weapon parts. These are health. Regain. Okay, don't have a lot right now. Inventory, armor. I get +5 tech skills from the armor I'm wearing, which I think I actually want more than the stealth bonus. Oh, barbershop. Is the barbershop a...
Another day at the cannery.
No XP bonus for the barbershop. That's a shame. Cantina gave me one. Wanted Bertie Cotton. Generous bounty. See Constable Reyes. Also see Constable Reyes. So it sounds like it would be a good idea at some point to see Constable Reyes.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
Let the boss catch you saying that.
Constable. That would be stealing. Imagine that Constable Reyes, if this is them, would be upset.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing a promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free. As a Spacer's Choice Constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Cool.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Never mind. Yeah, so that's a steel. Steel. What's this? Use terminal. Okay, it's a place to probably hand in bounties. Cool.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
At least you got your help.
Maintenance division. Very, very like, yeah, Fallout. Dealing with Fallout computers, that. Very like it. Oh, we got 50 XP for the workbench. There's another maglock thingy. Don't have anything I want to do yet with that. Basically, it's, you know, it's like most RPGs. It's worth wandering around fairly extensively to see what you can randomly scrounge up. And obviously, at some point, we need to go back to the cantina.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauders got it.
Just between us?
This is pretty good about clearly marking what would be a criminal act.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repairs and I'm looking for power regulators.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
People I will need to shoot.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Well, I will talk to Adelaide. How will I recognize her?
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
They must have left town for a reason.
Me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
I'll see what I can do to help.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you.
Oh, we've got our first companion.
You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Yeah, let's get a companion. Sure.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Let's get going. Companions. You've gained a companion. The characters join your adventures and help in a variety of ways. They provide combat support. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. And unlock combat inspiration abilities with the inspiration kill. Learn more about your companions in the companion ledger. Pavadi. Okay, the companion ledger. That's companion ledger shows you everything you know about companions, skills, stats, status effects, and gear. To change the gear for slightly items you want to swap out, then choose a compatible item to replace it with. You can also change the by selecting the preferred weapon, follow distance, and aggressiveness. Cool. So here we've got Pavadi. She has a light pistol and an impact hammer. And a sword. Okay. She has mechanics overalls. I could give her a... Well, sorry. So this is my gear that I could give her instead. So this is her default gear. She has better armor than I do. She has no perks available. And we have her... So distance, medium, weapon mixed, mode, defensive, passive, aggressive, defensive. So what's defensive? Only attacks if explicitly told to. Once told to attack, continues to fight. Always engages in attacks when the player enters. Oh, well, we want aggressive then. Yeah. And she's got persuade, lockpick, and engineering. Okay, cool. And she's got a light pistol. That's all good. So I can set that one as active, because that's what I'm going to go. I'm going to go and do some side questing. And we've got a codex. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So we've got logs, wanted, Gil, Bertie, quest dependencies. So there's all sorts of information that you can read up on in here. Let's have a chat to our new...
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Okay, we have to leave. Fair enough.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. Let's talk when you're free. Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me.
If you can shoot a gun, I'll have you.
Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
What?
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Yeah, we'll do that. Where would I find him?
The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it, on account of it being the only clean thing.
Well, we'll definitely do that. Because, you know, my general approach with RPGs is to play it the first time as a basically decent human being. So yeah, we'll stop by.
I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
She's up. And 11 meters away. So she's here in the cannery, I guess.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart.
Wasn't actually meant.
Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Eugene wasn't family.
Well, you said he was closest living relative.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fine. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law.
So,
All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's graveside fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
yeah, it's very like Borderlands in being a over-the-top kind of critique of... And I say over-the-top not to mean that critiques of capitalism aren't appropriate, but to mean that it is deliberately kind of exaggerated for effect, but it is a critique of capitalism and the kind of decision making that large companies can sometimes undergo. So I'm guessing this guy's in here? Yep.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
You want to tell me what's got you so nervous?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state? You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable.
Why not?
She'll toss me in the sick house. I would have confessed before the good vicar. Get some ablutions for my spirit. Just never found my courage is all. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't ya? Do a good turn for an expiring old man?
Depends on what you need.
A couple hours out of your day and some light second story work. That's all.
So thieving.
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. I'll do what I can.
I assume they're guards.
You will not find any guards within sight of that old place.
Marauders are fine.
Marauders, on the other hand. I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly.
Okay.
I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy.
Yeah, in other words, the company won't treat you because you're already sick.
More like the company won't treat me because I'm not healthy enough. So you'll do it then?
I'll do
You
it.
oblige me with your haste. think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Look, I got my gravesite fees right here. See? I'm good for my word. Get me that medicine, and I'll see to your payment.
Okay, well, I'll leave you be. We'll clear off the rest of this particular...
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy. Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead. All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
He does. That's clear. What do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Let me worry about that.
All right. Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
Okay. You need someone to smuggle you medicine under the table.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
I'll think about it.
That's all I can ask of you.
Somebody in the barber shop.
Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Speaking of interment...
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bitless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
You have a very loose definition of the word prosperity.
Edgewater is built on the discipline and sacrifice of its people. Say what you will about our town, but we all pull together. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
I'll let you know if I think of anything.
Much obliged.
Conrad, receptionist shot himself. This is bad. Company's going to have to call it for what it is, disruption of Spacer's Choice property. Eugene was an asset, somebody has to pay his body price. It's going to ruin us. The thing we pawn off his teeth. Eugene had a full set of gold teeth heirlooms. You're processing his body right. Just stick around and pry them out. We'll sell the teeth somewhere nice and quiet. Use the bills to pay his body price. No one's the wiser. What do you think? Don't write back. In fact, don't talk to me. Just give me a special signature. Waggle your eyebrows. Okay, so yeah, we can talk to him about this.
What can I do for you? Oh? Am I in the company
I'm
of
just
a
using
fellow
this for the
doctor?
XP. Not that it's a lot.
Experience was my teacher. Experience and... So, you want to be an embalmer. Brochures 1 through 5. Courtesy of the Spacer's Choice Department of Career Development.
Okay, I know about Eugene.
You know about Eugene? How?
Because you left the letter lying around, you fool.
Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
I'm sure he won't miss them.
That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's Choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Yeah.
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees. I'm sure that I have no other choice. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
So just Ludwig's to go, and then we can turn that in. Told he killed himself, what happened?
Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Yeah, I wonder if that was actually what happened. But, you know. Oh, apparently it's become daytime while I wasn't looking. Gotta hold because we're transitioning. Gotta find Ludwig. So I'll probably just do this, find Ludwig, hand in this quest and call it there. It's been an hour and a half. It's a pretty good intro to the game. I'm enjoying it. And I'm enjoying kind of the cynical nature of it a bit. It's, you know, obviously... Oof. Yeah, okay. So there's a bit of a loading time. Well, we're outside now, so there could, I guess, be... enemies around, but... let's focus on this quest. We could run. Now that I think about it. Oh! Yeah, occasionally slows down with the loading times. Oh, 200 XP for finding a place. Here's Ludwig.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses.
Not exactly.
You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. The war. The coming apocalypse. Man versus machine. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant.
So the Terminator reference, obviously.
Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant, clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
I'll be asking you for your gravesite fees.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. So tuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's chaw. A few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid.
Okay, well, there's some proper armies pay enlistment fees.
Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the resistance a bad name.
What do you need done?
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
In the meantime, you owe him.
Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Cool. And you owe gravesite
I
fees.
told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
Okay. So this is a bad thing, but like, to me, using skills gives me XP, so why not?
Mechanical repellent. A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple of bits for just such a project.
I'll let you be. Ugh. Yeah, so the game does struggle a bit at times. It'd probably work better if I had it on my solid state hard drive. I've got it on my secondary drive because it's bigger.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit?
Not today. Just helping this lady.
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss. Best to ask her yourself.
Hey.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house.
I'm sorry.
Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
Got those fees.
You run into any trouble?
Nope.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
I'm just basically doing it for the, yeah. I'm not actually worried about the extra reward, I wanted the XP. If enemies are hostile, your expectations and kill outside in a few days will calm things down. People of Halcyon have short memories. That's very, very like the way that Fallout works. So there's definitely a lot of overlap. I don't know that I need any more of that. What else do I want to kind of push up? Probably leadership at some point. And guns. I've got 10 points available. So if I get to there, have I unlocked Novice? Not yet. I get a +1, but it doesn't actually. I'm going to do that to get the companion ability, whatever the companion ability is. And then I'm going to put... some points in there. Haven't quite got to 20 hack yet. You can command your opponent to use special abilities, so C to use ability 1. I don't know what hers is, but we'll have a look, shall we? Ability Overload. Okay, now we've got a journal with more stuff in it. We need to pick her, so that's completed. Die Robot. Deal with the Mechanical Scout. It's probably out here somewhere.
Yeah, huh?
I noticed you mentioned your dad a lot. Well, once, but never your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
I'm sorry.
It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much.
Fair enough.
She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
I don't have enough perception for that one.
Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
We'll talk later. Okay, so yeah, I'm enjoying this. It's pretty good. Oh, jeez, you're a bit in my face. That's a good place to save it and call it a day, I think, for this stream. As I said, I won't be continuing to stream this game because there's going to be a lot of it, number one, and I'm going to be playing it a lot, probably. But I might check back later with some more streams of it. We'll see. But yeah, based on the first hour and a half, I'm having a good time. And I think if you haven't checked the game out, it's probably worth taking a look at and seeing it for yourself. It feels very like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas so far. But with better and Fallout 4, I guess, but with much better load times than Fallout 4. So yeah, if first person, fairly open world RPGs in the Bethesda style, Elder Scrolls games like Skyrim, the modern Fallouts are your thing. This looks like a good choice for you. It's certainly going to be a good choice for me. I'm looking forward to playing more of it. Thanks for watching, and catch you in the next one.